Okay, ona gadi wahi ka jokwa, so na usios nyardi. Gazita zrio yojets, go winoji dodges queen star, ronata runi. De tenumada do kurunga gadi agesum. Yeti sota as tanka garako, dana yet in the stars you zagi, dana gueguskat me gunungwe. De tenumada do a guaids in e, ganyatter the gerda, dana a guego or quadri on uko. Dit inderdaad de jetti sota gunhan ne rona de hetster ne gonna go rio dat die hawa kwe. Jonkie had again dam dawe on hetser and because it's stasser on the no way. Dam dawe on hetser and asset ni got dar again kanyaga haga. La dignato ronata runi dana riscarevoge. Dano adon hetser ne Kanienkeha Class, Aguegu, Ongwehunwe. Yeah, okay, so as always, as you know, that whenever we get together, we always have to do the Honda Gadi Wadekwa first. This is the words that come before all else, where we identify and give thanks for the things in creation that have created us and the things that we need to continue to sustain us. So, oh, no translation, okay. We had an event today and we need a translation, so stuck on that. So as always, we always start the same way with always do the Honda Gadi Wadekwa the same way. Always begin by giving our thanks to the great spiral of creation, to the Sky Woman herself, that it is she who has given us spirit. From there to our grandmother Moon, the beating heart of our Mother Earth, to she who has given us blood. And then, of course, to our Mother Earth, regardless of what color you are, what language you speak, where you have grown out of our mother from, or what you imagine divides us. We all come from the same mother, making us all one family, sisters, brothers, cousins, all interconnected, all one family. And so we give thanks to her, to our Mother Earth, as it is she who has given us body. From there, we give our thanks to all the women, from the newest born baby girl to the eldest grandmother, as they carry the sacred title of life giver into the world and are to be honored and respected as such. We give thanks to them, for in this world, they give us purpose and direction. From there, we gave our thanks to all the waters and all the medicines and all the shapes and forms they come in, to our ancestors who carried a good mind, and we asked them to help us to return our mothers back to their natural seat of authority within all our nations. From there, what did I say? Return the true spirit of the three clans of the Kanienkeha, which is the three universal clans that are in every nation, that are on every continent, regardless of if it's here in Turtle Island or if it's on the other side of the world. From there, we asked our ancestors to help us to return the true spirit of, what did I say? Did I say peace, power, righteousness? Or did I say the true spirit of the Kanienkeha people? And then from there, the true spirit of all the true beings. And I think that was it. Important. It's important. You don't hear enough emphasization on clan. Whenever you hear me doing the opening or Waiagero, you'll hear clan mentioned. But you won't hear this from other people because they don't carry the clan. You'll hear other people going around trying to pass themselves off as representing Ganawage or the Kanienkeha or Mohawks one way or another, but you will never hear them mention clan. You will never hear that from anybody else, because all of them are all part and parcel to changing the identity of our people, where they no longer identify Kanienkeha in the proper way. That to be Kanienkeha, your mother must be Kanienkeha. Your father can be a kangaroo from Mars. Your mother's a Kanienkeha, you're a Kanienkeha. So just to emphasize the importance of clan. Even if you don't have clan, it's more important for you to identify and mention clan if you don't have one. I can say with 100% certainty that my two sons are the only people in all of the 5 nations Longhouse territories that identify themselves in the proper way, that they identify as Bear Clan hung about the neck. Everybody else who doesn't carry a clan all lie. They all lie. And they all identify themselves as, most of them being Bear Clan. Now, today you have a bunch of people who don't know their ass from their elbow, claiming that they're Snipe and saying that they're Kanienkeha. Snipe is Onondaga, it's not Kanienkeha. So if you are a Snipe clan, you're not Kanienkeha. That's for certain. If to be Kanienkeha, you can only be either turtle, wolf, or bear. And so for everybody to take note that this is of the utmost importance for identification purposes. Okay, today we had a very good day. You know what? That's what we're going to start off with. Today we had a very good day. And the next line will be, we learned a lot of new things.
We learned
A lot, many, a lot, whatever. It could always be changed depending on whatever the reference wire Garrett is going to put in there. And so we must be thankful. My voice.
Wow.
Onko niissä rioste? Onko niissä rioste? Onko niissä rioste? Onko niissä rioste?
Put one between the S and the T. How, can you pronounce that again, Waigerdo?
Onko niissä rioste?
Waungwa Nizorioste.
Waungwa Nizerioste.
Waungwa Nizerioste.
Waungwa misterioste.
Waungwa Nizerioste.
Waungwa niserioste.
Right on.
Carol.
Waungwa Nizerioste.
Waungwa Nizerioste.
There's also Janet.
Where?
She just connected.
What did you just say, Angel?
Wow.
You said Wahoo.
Waungwa
It's Wahoo. No H.
Um,
I'm pretty sure I heard you pronounce a H.
I could. Janet?
Waungwa ni serios de.
Right on.
The order for today is, as usual, Longhouse, then Marc, Marie-Claude, Elsa, Edith, France, Harold, Janet, and me.
Can we do how do you say that? The I version of that, like I.
Me? Like
Yeah.
just one person? You would just say unguan ni serios de. Take the WA off and then unguan ni serios de. Unguan ni serios de. I had a nice day.
Okay, so that means today we had a nice day. That's the direct translation. Where you get it?
Yeah, well, the top one, when you're talking about we, that's the top one. Wa unguan ni serios de.
Okay, so change it from very good to. Is it a very nice day or is it just a nice
Yeah.
day?
Yeah, it's a very nice day. Yeah.
Very nice day. Okay, we don't have to say that one, do. Ungwa nizerios day.
Yeah. Okay.
He's gonna say it.
Okay, this next one, we learn a lot of new things. So, azesti nahoda wa aguaron ha.
Wagwaran. Ha.
Wa aguaron.
Okay.
Could you repeat?
Azesti. So put one right at the first A. That'll help. Okay, azesti nahoda wa aguaron ha.
Azetsti nahoda wa agwaran ha.
Azetsi, Nahoda, wa Aquaranha.
Azesti nahoda wahagwaran.
Asisti na otan wagaron wa aguaran wa aguaran.
Asetsi nahoda wa aguaranha.
Azesti nahoda wa aguaranha.
Harold?
Azesti nahoda wa agua roja.
Janet?
Azesti nahoda wa aguaraha.
Azetsti nahoda wahagwaranha. Say it with me.
Okay.
And for that one too, how can we adjust it to I learned a lot of new things?
Eso waka dewiste. Eso. Okay, and then space azesti. And then space wagiron, huh? Wagiron, huh? R-E-N. That's right. W-A-K-E. R-E-N-H-A. Much new things I learned.
So Azetsti nahoda. What is the nahoda there?
Oh, like the different things, new, different things. Azesti is new, and nahoda is like things. It falls under a big category. You throw the net wide.
Okay, how come there's no Nahoda in the personal one then?
Because now you're just saying it as a singular and you could say Ezo Nahoda Wagiron, huh? Ezo Nahoda Azesti Wagiron, huh? Yeah, put it in Ezo and put it after Ezo. There, yeah, okay. Ezo Nahoda Azesti Wagiron, huh?
Ezo Nahoda Azesti Wagaranha.
Ezo, Nahoda, Azetsti, Wakeranha.
Eso naoda azesti wageranha.
Eso nahoda asesti wakiranha. Eso nahoda asetsi wageranha.
Ezo nahoda azesti wagaronha.
Ezo Nahota Azesti Wagroha.
Ezo nahoda azesti wagarenha.
Eso nahoda azesti wageranha.
It's you guys are catching on now, see? Okay. And also we must be thankful. Danu, dayede wa denu waradusage. Dayede, we should move the apostrophe to dayede. Wa de nu. And take it out of this between the W and A. Wara. Dunsege. Okay. Danu dayede wa denu wara dunsege.
Leave Dunsage together. Don't put it. Okay, Danu Dayate Wade Nu. Danu Dayate Wade Nu Wara. What is that? Is that an N or an RI?
Dunsege.
Okay. Danu Dayate Wade Nu Wara Dunsage.
Where the heck did you see our eye? We get that eye test going. You better get for the eye test, Stuart.
Oh, it's because on the TV there's
There's a light, eh?
yeah, and it's far away from me.
It's the
There's
mouse.
a glare.
On the TV, you see the mouse. That's when.
But he's not there. That's why it's weird.
It's
It's
his
a cursor.
Right over the
No,
end.
but
It's
look.
his
On
one.
top of N.
Oh, it's his.
This is one.
Ah.
Could you just maybe?
Oh, it's mine?
Yeah, it's yours.
Ah, okay, there was a reason why. It's not my eyes.
Yeah, always.
Danu, Dayede Wate, Nu Wara Dunseke.
Dano dayede wade nun waradun seke.
Tano tayiten watenum waratun. Dano tayete watenum waratun seke.
Dano dayede wadenu wara dunsege.
Danu Dayete Watenu Waradun Seke.
Dano dayete waranun wara dunsege.
Dano dayete wadenu wahadun seke.
Okay, we are happy that we have grown together.
You got Sanuni, Skatne, you got the Hiaro.
Yung Guatsanuni, Scotne, yung Guat de Hiardo.
Yung wat sanuni, skatne, yung wat de hiaru.
Yung wat sanuni, skatne, yung wat de ya.
What sanoni? Skadne yung what teraru. Yung what sanoni, skatne yung what teraru.
Yingwat sa nuni sakne yung what de yarun. I think I messed it up.
Yung
No,
Guatsanuni.
no.
No,
Scott,
okay.
yung Guat here. It was good for us.
What's going on?
Franz started speaking the same time as I was.
I thought I messed up the last word. That's why. Ingwa de yarun. Was it right?
Yeah,
Okay.
for Harold. You got Sanuni, Skatne, you got the Hiaro.
Yung Guatsanuni, Skatne, yung Guat here.
Very good.
Yung Guatsanuni, Skatne, yung Guatiaron.
Yung Guatsanuni, Skatne, yung Guateyahu. You could do it.
Now we can help each other to be strong.
Yeah.
If it gets too cold down there, you can close that door.
It'll take a while before.
Okay. Uwa Owadu. Dayede wada jena was it? Dayede wada jena was it? Ayede wat Aida wat satstige. Ayede wat satstige.
Uwa awadu dayade de wada Janawaze. Janawaze?
J. Just like J, the letter J. Dayede wada J na was it?
Daya de wada Janawaze. I de wazatstige.
Ayede wat satstige.
I de wazatstige.
Uwa awadu, diet de wada, diet diet de wada janawaze.
J. When you see TIE, it's always just the letter J. I do what that J now was it, or JAY. I do what that J now was it.
Diet de wa J nawaze. Diet de wa satsege.
That's
Uwa.
very good.
Unwa onwadu tayete wada jenawase ayete dewa satsteke.
On matu. Tayete tayete mata jena wase. Ayete masats again. Unwa on wadon tayete wada jena wase. Ayete wasats again.
Uma ewadon dayene wache na waze aye de wa sats dege.
Umantum. Deya. Yeah, Deya Dewa de Jaina Wase. Aye Dewa Satstige.
Unwa and Wado, Daya de Wate, Jena Wase, Ya Dewa Satstige.
Unwa and watum tayete wata jenawase aye de wa satstege.
Janet, your voice sounds different tonight.
Really? I'm back home. I'm in New York. That might be why.
Are you happy?
I'm happy I'm in New York as far as the land, but I'm in a safe place. I'm staying at a friend's, but I'm happy to be with the land where I'm from. And to see you guys.
Yay!
Yeah. Yeah.
I could tell something different in your voice.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Okay, that was the last thing, right? Last race. Okay, okay, wait a minute. It's gonna be something like this, Gerda. As being longhouse people, you know that we're longhouse people. We're supposed to build longhouses. Today we learned how to build the houses. So let's see. As a longhouse person, as a longhouse person might go last. Let's see, we got to figure out the phrase here. I've learned how to build longhouses now in a new way. We learned today about hempcrete. So it's about building longhouses, but a new knowledge now of building longhouse. So I've learned how okay, it's kind of like this. This is what we want to say. Now, saying word longhouse is now real for us because now we know this new building technique. So how are we gonna shorten that? Let's see. Kind of like now it's not just talk. Now we have the knowledge to build a house. Let's see, how can we sort all of that out? I've learned how to fulfill my role. I've learned how to fulfill my role as a longhouse builder. Yeah, as a longhouse builder.
I wanted to know what would be a longhouse builder. So.
So we take out as a longhouse person.
Yeah, take out person. Yeah, longhouse person.
Okay. Okay. Wageron ha tiniji yatagokta ganusesne agatenusuni.
Aga,
Just give me a
Okay,
second.
yeah.
I'm gonna just like, bringing it up here.
agade. No, Suni. No, we don't need a break there. Wageraha Jinidzi Yad Tagokta
Yeah.
Tagokta Ganosesne Agate Nusuni. Agate Nusuni.
Wageraha, Sinitsi, Yadagoda,
Gokta. There's two K. Gok.
Yadagopta, Ganu Sesne, Agade Nusoni.
Wageranha, Zinitsi, Yadagokdan, Ganusesne, Agadenun Soni.
Wageranha, Sinitsi, Yadagotam, Ganusesne, Agatenusoni. For this word, what if we add this here, Yatagogdan, would that help?
Yeah, that would help. It would help you, yeah.
Yeah, it will help me, that's why I'm asking.
Oh, okay. Well, it's what's to make it easier for you. Don't ever be shy.
Wageranja, Sinitsi, Yatagogdan, Ganosesne, Agadenusuni.
Wagere
Ron.
ran Wageran ha Sinitsi Yada Koktan Ag Ganusesne Agadenusuni.
Wagaroha, Sinitsi, Yadagokta, Ganonsesne, Agate Nonsuni.
Wagaranha, Janichi, Yadagokta, Kanosesna, Agate, Nosoni.
Wageranha, Sinitsi, Yatagokta, Ganusesne, Agade, Nonsuni. Why sometimes you put an H in Ganosesne, sometimes there's no H?
It's the way you're saying it. Agadenusuni.
No, I'm talking about Ganosesne. Sometimes you,
Yeah, well, sometimes new is because it's what is the thing there? Ganusesne. It's like because it comes from the brain, Onuara, Otnigura. The thought comes from the brain. Ganusesne. Yeah, you don't really need the H. You're right. That's a good question.
it's because my computer tells me when there because I use Word and I add all the words in the dictionary. So when it doesn't recognize it, he tells me what it could be. So I saw that Ganosesne usually you don't put an H. That's why I asked the question.
Okay, take it out then. Take it out. Your computer speaks better than Kanienkeha. No.
Stuff in the IA now.
Okay, was that it?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask a question. How many longhouses have you built? Now, built, I want it to mean constructed. I don't want anybody to be able to misconstrue it and think that, well, doing a ceremony is like working in a longhouse. No, I want it to be, how many longhouses have you constructed, worked on? And then next one you put, in my life, I have worked on 3. In my life, I have built 3 longhouses.
Okay, donigo zanusizu ganusesne. Donigo zanusizu ganusesne.
Donigo sanusizu ganusesne.
Donigo Sanusiso Ganusesne.
Donigo zanosisu ganusesne.
Donigo sanusim sanu. Wow.
Sisu.
Say it for me again.
Donigo zanusizu.
Sanusisu ganusesne. Donigo sanusiso ganusesne.
Donigo sanusisu ganusesne.
Donigo sanusiso ganusesne.
Donico Sanusiso Ganusesne.
Donigo sanosisu ganusesne.
Circle.
So
Okay.
close.
No,
Mark, I'm on focus. It's like
oh, okay. Sigunhes asa wagenusuni.
Sigunhes asa wagunasuni.
Sigunhes Asa Wagenusuni.
Sigunhes asa wagenusuni.
Sigun has asa wagenusu. Sigun has asa wagenusuni.
Sigunhes ason wageno sunhi.
Sigohes asa wagenusuni.
Sigunhes Asa Waganosuni.
Sigunhes asa wagenusuni. Sigunhes
Waganosuni.
Okay. Under, okay, well, again, this is for you to figure out the wording here, but under my chief, honored at Goa,
How do I write on the go?
for now, just right under my chief. I have assisted my elders in building the 207 and the Mohawk Jail. Oh, you know what? In Boulders, on the 207 and Mohawk Trail, we should put the original before it. The original 207 and the original.
Before it got corrupt.
You want to raise that up?
Pas tous regarder en général.
Oh no! That's how it feels. It's like, okay. Still hot, huh? Close to. Close, really close.
What time it is?
7:52.
It reminds me in the Free Guy movie when he says, he asked him to say, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? You don't remember?
To the
I don't
guy in the-
remember
in
what
the
he
bag.
wants him to do.
To the
No, it's not in the bag. It's when he goes into the secret place to steal the thing. Yeah, it's like all of these experts, like a Magic Mike that say that. Remember? Explain it to you later. Oh, I liked it, that movie. That's remember it. It's recent. So.
Oyagiru Wagadasnyano. How you pronounce it? This word Wagadasnyano, is that I have assisted?
Yeah, Wagadas. Oh, TAS. I left the S out, or did you leave it out?
No, it's here. Wagadasnyano.
Yeah.
Wagadasnyana.
Excuse it.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Where
The
are we?
bottom line. Okay.
Huh? I thought you. Okay.
Yena, what's it? Okay. Todios. It's their elders. Todios. Ayaguadenusuni. Okay, Aya. Guade. Yeah, Ayaguade. Yeah. Ayaguade Nusuni. And then Joe. Joe Rontum to 7 Danu. Joe Rontum. Break that the same way. Joe Rontum. Ganusesne.
Nay.
Yeah, Ganusesne. Yeah. Okay, Aguerianer,
Just a second.
Onerongoa,
Just a second, Mayagiro. Did you say the Dions was the elders?
Tudios, yeah.
Okay, so if I do this, is that accurate in the?
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
Aguerianer, Onerongoa, Wagadasniana. Akayena was it Tudios? We'll just do that one for now.
Mhm.
No, we should do the whole thing.
Okay, Aguerianer, Onerongoa, Wagadasniana. Akayena was it Tudios? Ayaguadeno Suni, Jogeronto, 207, Danum, Jogeronto, Ganusesne. Oh, okay. Jogeronto, Mohawk Trail. Okay, but you just put more, okay, you already got Ganusesne, put Mohawk Trail in the end.
At the end?
Yeah,
It's kind of, you got 2 lines Mohawk, 2 lines English. Why don't you put the English right under the Mohawk?
Well, last time you were trying to break them so we would understand exactly where we were
Yeah.
stopping. So if you don't want that, I can go back to.
Oh yeah, still you got to put the English under the Kanienkeha. You got 2 lines.
Well, just to break it in two, so we could say it easier. But I mean.
Yeah, but put the English right under the first line.
Okay, so Wayagiru Wagadasniana, what does that stand for?
I assisted, or I've helped.
And then
I assisted, Wagadasniana,
Agayena was it?
to help.
So the 2 words are for I have assisted my elders. I have assisted. I don't know how to break that.
Okay, look, under my chief owner at Goa, I have put that under the first line.
Well, it's not accurate, but okay.
But if you cut it that Wagatasnina,
Okay,
I have assisted all of this.
Aguirana, honor at Goa, Wagatsanyena,
Wagadasniana,
Wagatasnyena. What does that mean?
I have assisted.
Okay, how come there's 2 assists in there?
Okay, take one out and take wait.
To help assist.
That's it, yeah, to help assist.
No,
No, Wagadasniana, take the other one out. Akayena was it?
Okay. So I'm gonna do this then. Hang on.
Yeah, that goes on the second one.
Okay, Aguerianer, Onere Goa, Wagadasniano, Tudios, Ayaguadena Suni, Jogeronto, 207, Danum, Jogeronto, Ganusesne, Mohawk Trail.
Okay,
Just a little question to Stuart. Was it Joe Phillip, your chief then?
honor at Goa, it's my chief.
Oh, okay. I just watched your video you did.
Joe Phillips held the title of honor at Goa.
Oh, okay, I see.
Joe Phillips.
Okay, Aguirana, honor at Goa, Wagat, does
Dasniano,
Nyana. Okay, we need to have a break there. Das, T-A-S. And take another one out between the 2. Yeah. Nyena, yeah. Waga das nyena. Waga das nyena. to Dios. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, there's more underneath. Okay.
Well, we have to correct all of these because now it's a mess.
Ayaguadeno Suni, Jogeronto 207, Dano, Jogeronto, Ganusesne, Mohawk Trail.
Yeah, we're just gonna put the English in there because the way that it is, it's confusing to read it like that. Okay? Ayaguadeno Suni, Jogeronto, Dano, Jogeronto, Ganusesne, Mohawk. Oh, Mohawk Trail. Okay. Yeah.
Now it's all confusing.
You see the first word? Okay. Now I start? Okay. Mariana Oneragoa Wagatasniana Tojons
Todios, there's two I's.
Todios Ayaguade Nusuni Todirando 207 Gano Jogerando Ganosesne Mohawk Trail.
Aguerianer Onegoa Wagadasniano Dodios. Where am I? Ayaguade Nunsuni, Jogeranto 207, Gano, Jogeranto, Ganosesne, Mohawk Trail.
Aguarianer Onerangoa Wagatasniano Dodios. Ayaguate Nusoni Jogeranto 207 Dan Jogeranto Ganosesne Mohawk Trail. I'm thinking that we will have to say the numbers in Kanienkeha too, but that will like be like, woo, no, but I mean, we don't even know them. So, Aguerianer, Onaragoa, Wagatsanya, Dodions, Ayaguate Nosuni, Jogeranto, Degani 07, Dano, Jogeranto, Ganasesne, Mohawk Trail.
Aguerianer, Onerogoa, Wagadasniane, Dodions, Ayaguate Nonsoni, Tiodirando 207, Dano, Tiotierando, Guanacesne, Mohawk Trail.
Aguayana, Onorongoa, Wagadasnyonya, Dontions. Ayaguate Nunsuni, Gerontun 207, Danon, Gerontun Ganon Sesne Mohawk Trail.
Aguayane, Onerangoa, Wagadasniane, Dodions, Ayaguate, Nonsuni, Jogerato, Degani 0, Jada. Okay, Dano, Jode, Reiro, Ganosesne, Mohawk Trail.
Aguayane, Oneregoa, Wagatsanyana, Totios, Ayaguade, Nonsuni, Teoderanto, 207, Dano, Teoderanto, Ganosesni, Mohawk Trail. I'm good at
Degany, oh,
I have my
I
Nah.
forgot that one too.
Degany, Miwasa, Degany, They want
Technically, the one yawa zada.
Degany, Dewan Yahweh Zada. Dewan Yahweh is 100, so Oscar Dewan Yahweh, Degany, Asa, Gayeri, you know, it's always so. Oscar Dewan Yahweh, that's 100. Degany Dewan Yahweh.
One thing, all my life, that road was never known as the 207. It's the St. Isidore Road, so it's the St. Isidore Longhouse. That's what it's always been called, ever since I was a kid.
Ever
They
since
call it the St. Isidore Road.
Okay,
something.
the 207 left the Great Peace and went back to war mentality. And then the Mohawk Trail. Follow the white man's God. Follow.
Well, because in the first one you did it in past. That's why.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, follow. And so we left the both of them and came back home. Put it in the new one.
Yeah, but he needs to see the both of them and what?
Came back home.
Okay, 207, Wahunda Jatdohawite. Guyana Rasela Goa. Okay, Mumda Jatdohawi. We can, I think we could say all that, eh? Wahunda Jatdohawite.
Yeah.
Mumda Jatdohawite, Guyana Rasela Goa. Waha, W-A-H-A, Waha. Disere, and then move that other word away a bit. Disere aderio, put it at the I-O. Take the H out. Take the H right out.
Oh, okay.
Aderio seragum. Okay. 207 Wahunda Jatnahawite Guyana Seragoa Wahadisele Aderio Seragum.
Aterioserago is the war mentality.
Yeah,
And Wahadisere went back.
back to war. But they were never in a war mentality, so they didn't go back.
But
Oh, okay, okay.
Guyana Russia go. What is written there? Why does it look like that?
Where?
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Aderio Serago, after eat it, after Aderio Serago, space
Mm-hmm.
Nion, comma, SAHONNE, Yuzahune, there, they went back. They went back to the war.
Zahuni.
So what is this Wahadisere?
They followed the great peace. Let's see.
What?
They left the great peace. Okay, 207 left Wahadisere. Well, they took themselves away.
Okay, the 207.
Goa, and then they followed. Okay, Goa, then comma, then Wahadisere Aderio Serago. Should be a comma there at Goa. Then they followed the war mentality. Yeah, Wahadisere Aderio Serago.
Wahadisere is follow.
Yeah, Wahadisere.
Wahadisere. D. Okay, put a break in between the H and the S.
So we followed
And
back.
followed.
And then they fall.
And followed, take out, went back. War mentality. Take out the two.
Okay, Aderio Serago, no. Take that word out, the last word we put in, take it right out. NIWA apostrophe no NON TON apostrophe NION TSV apostrophe ROTEN. Niwanu Dunyu Tseroda. That's mentality.
Boy.
The thought of war. Niwanu Dunyu Tseroda. 207 Wahamdajata Hawite, Gainarasira Goa, Kama, Wahadisere, Aderio Serago, Niwanu Dunyu Tseroda.
207 Wahunta Jado Hawite Guyana Rasira Goa Wahadisere Anderio Serago Niwa Nundo Nyon Cerodo.
That's the one.
207 Wahunda Jada Hawite Guyana Seragoa Wahatisere Ateriu Seragu Niwa Nudo Niunse Roda.
207 Wahunda Jaton Hawite Gayanera Seragoa Wahatisere Aderio Serago Niwanuntun Nyunze Roda.
207 Wahunda Jatan Awite Ganas Gayanera Seragoa, Atisere, Atero Seragu, Niwanutu Nutserota.
Very good.
How did I say 207 in Kanienkeha again?
Tegenito want yawa dona zada.
Tegenito niya na dawatada.
Could you write it? Could you write it down?
Boy, okay, at the end.
If you want to make it hard for yourself, go ahead.
Okay. Wahunda ja dan hawite, Gayanera Seragoa, Wahadisere, Aderio Serago, Niwanundonio Seroda.
207 Wahunda Jadan Awite Gayanara Saragoa Wada Disere Aderio Serago Niwanunton Nyunse Rodon.
207. Wahunta Jatung Hawite. Dayanara Saragoa Wahati Sere. Atiri Yon Saragun Niwa Nuntum Nionse Rodan.
207 Wahunda Jada Hawide Guyana Rasaragoa Wahadisere Aderio Seragun Niwanodun Nyonje Roda.
207 Wahonda Chatan Hawide, Gayanera Seragoa, Wahatisere, Aderio Serago, Niwanunto Nyonse Roda.
Okay, look, I've been thinking and thinking while you were saying this and that Saint Isidore and 207, but before they used to say, because there was only that one house, Kawisayon, so everybody knew where that was. And then the other house was the new one. In my time, I mean, I would say Chiokeha Titkaristis it is. By the train track. That's what they would refer it to. That was the only house by the train track.
By the train tracks, but we can't say that anymore because the train tracks aren't there.
Well, it was there when it'll always be there, the tracks, the way we think here in Kahnawake, it'll always be there, always. Even though it ain't there, it was there. But I mean, 207, St. Isidore.
Yeah, because when it comes to Longhouse, all around Confederacy territories, ever since I was a kid, even when we were still together, it was the 207. So people knew it as the 207 because it quite simply, where's the Longhouse? It's on Route 207. You know, so people coming from all their reserves, they just look for Route 207. So for people in Longhouse circles giving reference to Longhouse, that was always known as 207 to Longhouse people. So to the Longhouse people, it wasn't St. Isidore Road Longhouse. It was just the 207.
It was known as Tennessee too.
The old Tennessee Road.
Yeah, that was called Tennessee also, yeah, Tennessee Road.
And 9C is the other way towards Saint Constant.
I guess so, yeah.
Why the hell did they call that Tennessee Road? Because it went towards Tennessee, I guess, right? Oh, why else?
Those farmers, they never went anywhere. They never went anywhere. They always skirt minders.
Yeah, but why would that?
And
why?
they had all these dreams, and they were all country music fans. Tennessee, all the country music came from Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, where are we?
Oh, okay.
No.
Almost. Now everyone knows.
No.
Okay, that's the first part.
Excuse me, boy.
D. Saturday. Run. Run. After the H.
Okay, Danu, what agua da? What agua da jat darago? Jat da. What agua da jat darago de zarum. Suk dun diagua dondi. And we came home.
No.
Okay, Mohawk Trail, Wahadisere, Rohnaragon, Raonio.
Wahadisere, Rahnarago, Ra. Oh, Neo.
Mohawk Trail, Wahatisere, Narago, Rauniu.
Moha Trail, Wahadisere, Ronarago, Raoniu.
Mahadra Wadisere Ranaraga Raonio.
Mohawk Trail, Wahadisere, Ranaraga, Raunio.
Mohawk Trail, Wahadisere, Ratnaragu, Raunio.
Mohawk Trail, Wahadisere, Rongnaragu, Raonio.
Mohawk Trail, Wahadisere, Ra Naraga, Raonio.
Mohawk Trail, Wahadisere, Naraga, Raonio.
Okay, eat it. Rao, and then after the apostrophe, put T-I.
Raunio.
Yeah, Raudinio is their God.
Raodinio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next, okay, Danu, wa agua jat darago, de zaro, zuk, dunda yagua dondi.
Is it what? Wahaguachata or Wahaguat.
Wa'agwa, okay, wa'agwa. Okay, take the first TA out. Okay, wa'agwa tarago, okay. Ano, wa'agwa tarago de zaro. Sok, dundayagwa tondi.
Dano, wa aqua jatarago, deserons, that,
De zaro.
okay, put de, T,
Want to be that sound? That with the singular?
we don't need one in the Zaro. Okay, wa aqua da ja, wa aqua jatarago, de zaro, zok, tunja,
Dunda.
Dundaya Guatandi.
Dundayagwa tondi.
Dundaya Guatandi. Man, my eyes are getting bad.
Danu, Wa'akwa Jatarago, Tet Saru, Sok, Duncha Kwatani. Duncha,
Dundaya.
is that
Look at it, Dundaya.
not Dundaya Guatani?
Dano Wahaguacharago, Tezaron, Sok, Dondaya, Guatdon.
Tanu Wahaguacharago. Tetzaro. Sok. Tetzaro sok. Don Tutaya. Guatandi.
Dano Wahaguacharago, Tezaron, Zok, Dondaya, Guatdani.
Dondi.
Huh? Where's that?
Dondi.
Oh, what did I say? Dondaya, Guatdani.
Dano wa aqua diadaru rago de tsarung sok dun daya guadandi.
Anu, wa agua jatarago, de srarum, de tsarum, zo, dum, dayagua, dundi.
Ano, agua, wa agua jatarago, detzaro, zok, don, dayagua, dandi.
Dano Wahaguacharago, Tezaron, Dondaya Guatandi.
Okay, and so with this new knowledge, we will help others to build longhouses.
Ugh.
Okay, oh boy. I need some air.
Like yawning festival. Yawning.
Yeah.
Yanni.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Excusez. Yeah. It's like the wall is gonna be completely different. Huh?
It's gonna brighten the place.
Yeah.
They're gonna finish the rest?
No. When we
Okay,
finish,
let's go outside
we finish
mixing.
do a little nap just after the class, then we go through the night.
We'll finish that tomorrow morning at around.
Yeah, and then
7.
I go home. I don't know. So I think he said that he wants to continue tomorrow. Huh?
Look.
Okay. Danugiga aze. Adadewe nunya. Oye tiena waze agora. Ganu sesne ayundenu suni. Ayunde. Break it there. Ayunde nu suni. Ayudenu suni. I'll read it again. Danugiga aze. Adewe yenunya. Oye tiena waze agora. Ganu sesne ayundenu suni.
Dano Giga Aze Adewe Yenunya. Adewe Yenunya. Enya ti Enya waze Agorno Kano Sesne Ayun Ayundi?
Ayunde. Ayunde.
Ayunde. Okay, put one between the N and the T. Ayunde Num Suni.
Nanu giga aze atewe yanunya anye ti yanawaze agora ganu sesne ayude nusuni.
Dano Gita Ase Adewe Nonya Nunya Oyedi Yenawaze Agora Ganon Sesne Ayode Nuzoni.
Dano giga ase ateweyon yonya ani di yenawase agora ganosesne aunde nusoni.
Dano giga aze adewe nuni anietiena wase agora panosesne ayuntenu suni.
Dano giga aze adeyenunya enye di yenawaze agunha ganunsesne ayon denunsoni.
Anu Kigon Ase Atewe Yunya Wanyeti Yonwase Agoran Ganon Sesne Ayunde Nunsuni.
Dano Giga Aze Adewa Yanonia Yeti Yanawaze Agora Ganosesne Ayonde Nonsuni.
Dano Gita Ase Adewe Nonya Onyeti Yenawase Agora Ganosesne Ayonde Nonsuni.
Okay, you guys, we're all done now. I didn't want to interrupt earlier. Aze adewe nunya. See, when you're thinking Kanienkeha, you're not thinking like a Mohawk. You're thinking different. Adewe nunya means a new dance. Nunya. A new dance.
Okay, so I'll put the English up underneath the, and so with this new knowledge, no, put new dance and put knowledge in brackets.
Yeah, good idea. Because it was, I said, why did I use that word? Atewenyunya. You never hear that. You'll probably never hear it again. It's very rare. There's almost nobody left that speaks like that no more.
Okay, on that word, adewa ye. Put a break at the ye. Adewe ye nunya. Adewe ye nunya. Yeah. Adewe ye nunya. Yeah, that's easier. The rest of that, the English under the Kanienkeha.
Well, I don't know how to spell it differently because Gano Sesne is already there, you know what I mean?
What's anye tiena was it?
To help, to help.
We will help. Build.
And what Ayunte Nunsuni standing for?
Agora. Ayutenasuni, that's to build the longhouses. A longhouse to build.
Mhm.
You could take out Ganusesne altogether because it's in the last word.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that's Agor. Yeah, take out Gonasesne.
Yeah, that's it. That's there now.
Okay. What do we have? That's it now?
Yeah,
Can we look at the
the whole thing.
yeah, the whole thing? Anybody know what time it is?
8:37.
That's the beginning?
Yeah.
That's the end.
No, that's the beginning.
No, I'm talking about right from the beginning.
That's
I think on mine I see it. So
I
think
see
your
that
computer-
the dialogue there that
It
is
said that
telling
your-
you what
Good,
you
now
want.
your internet connection is unstable. The dialogue there is there for a while.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Today I had a very nice day. Keep going. Just want to read the whole thing. We learned a lot of new things. Keep going. Before we are after. We can help each other be strong. I've learned how to fulfill my role as a longhouse builder. How many longhouses have you constructed? In my life, I have built 3 longhouses. In my field, I have assisted my owners in building the original 207 and the original log trail. The 207 took themselves away from. Away from. Great peace and followed war mentality. The Mohawk Trail followed the white man's God. And so we left both of them and came back home. So this new dance knowledge, we will build longhouses. And we will teach them the great law of peace. Maybe the and doesn't need to be there.
There's 3 ends in a row.
Yeah, just to fit it on one line. Oh my goodness. Ooh, man, I'm exhausted.
It's because we were outside all day.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, and I guess that's why I'm feeling like super like now like collapsing my throat and everything. Like it was like a good time outside.
So you talked
envy.
until what time? You do. You
Ah.
talk until what time?
You didn't go late.
Ah, it was not late. It was like
Oh.
11-ish. Yeah, we were already on Yasser yesterday. Just to think that we had to get up early. It was like,
Was
oh,
it?
let's do it.
Oye tiri hunya, kayana rasara goa.
Anya tiri hunya, kayana rasere go.
Anyatiri hunya. Saragoa.
Oyetiri hunya gayana saragoa.
Onyetiri onya gaena saragoa.
Anya tiri hunya.
Sorry.
Are you done? Yeah. Ani tiri unya gayana rasara goa.
Onye tiri honye. Gayana da sergo.
Anya diri hunya Diana Rasaragoa.
Oyetiri onya gayana saragoa. Teyo to it,
In accordance with the 2-row wampum, we will help them and they will help us when needed. Feel like I could just be a worm, just crawl around.
or go under the rain when they go out under the rain.
Dina dewe. Degeni, okay. Dina dewa degeni de ohade. Dina dewa degeni de ohade. Oyeti sneno. Dano oyun kiena was it nono gari wanuta.
Tina dewe, degni di ohade, and ye tis.
Oyeti. Okay. Oyetis.
I added that.
Oyetis sneno.
Anya tis nyanya, dano anya gi
K-H-I, kiena was it?
kiena was a nona gari wanuta.
Sina dewe, degeni de ohade, anya tisyana, Danu, Anu, Ki, Nawaze, Nuna, Gary, Wanota.
Okay, that Ayukiana was there with a double I, split it there. Ayukiana was there, no Gariwanuta.
Zina dewe degeni deo hade anye disniewa dano anyo kiena waze nona gariwanunda.
Yena was it. We don't need that break after ye.
Sina dewe, beginning day wape, anye, anitis, anitis, Tanu anio kiena wase nona kare wanonda.
Sinatewe, degani de yohade, ani disniano, dano, anionkiena wase, nonna, gariwanonda,
Ta.
gariwanonta.
Sina dewe degeni diohade enye disniewa niena dano anyo ki yena wase nona kariwanunta.
Sina dewe, tegeni de yohade, onye tis, yonam, danum, onyu ki, yonawase, nona, gari wanuta.
Very good, Darrell.
Sina dewe, degani deo hade, yanitis niane dano, anyonke, anyonki,
Ki.
yenawaze,
Ayuki.
ayunki, yanawaze, none gari wanota.
Sina dewe degeni deo hade anye disnieno dano anyoki yena wase nona gariwanonda. Deo 12.
Oh, man, I'm so
Okay.
tired. Okay, what time is it?
What? 12 tonight.
Okay, yeah, we better.
We just gotta fix this last phrase. Anietisniano, what is that, Wayagiru?
What's that?
This word anietisniano.
We will help, that's help.
Oh, yeah, Tishniana, to help.
Okay, so. Okay, what is this then?
Right up to we will help them. Oh, okay.
And okay. Is that correct or?
Yeah.
Gariwanunta, can you expand on that?
Gariwanuta, it means it asks for.
Okay. The needed in English will be in brackets and we'll put in front of it when asked for. Like what you just said. That was hard.
You did it.
And of course, it 2 or 1, but we will help them and they will help us when asked for. Okay, yeah, all right. We can't go anymore. That's it anyway. So this is where Wire is gonna read off all the words so everybody knows. Keep your microphones on silent. Don't say nothing.
Okay.
You're making a lot of noise with your microphone.
Put it on mute, please.
I'm really tired. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, today we had a nice day. I had a very nice day. We learn a lot of new things. We learn, oh no, much new thing I learned. Dano, and so we must be thankful. You got Sanuni Skatne, you got Dehiaru. We are happy to have grown together. Our Awadu, Daidawada Jena was there. Aidawa Satstage. Now we can help each other be strong. Wageron ha Tiniji Yada Gokta. Wageron ha Tiniji Yada Gokta. I've learned how to fulfill my role, Ganusesnaga Denasuni, to be a longhouse builder. Jotko, Sizanuses, Ganusesna. Wait. Donigu Zanusizu Ganusesne. How many longhouses have you constructed? Sigun has also Wagenusuni. In my life, I have built 3 longhouses. Aguerianer Oneragoa, under my chief Oneragoa, Wagadastiano to Dios. I have assisted my elders. I Wadenasuni Jojero to 207, the building of the original 207. Danu Jojero to Ganusesne Mohawk Trail and the original Mohawk Trail. 207, Wahundajat 207 took themselves away from Gainarasadak Goa, the great law. Wahadis said it, they followed Adedio Seragu, Niwanutanut Seroda, war mentality. Mohawk Trail, Wahadis said it, Rohnarag, the Mohawk Trail followed Raodinio, the white man's god. Dano, Waagwajat Darago, the Zaru, Zuk. And so we left both of them. Dundayagwatondi, we came home. Dano Giga Aza Adawianunya, the soul new dance knowledge. Oyetiano Zagora Ayudenasuni, we will help others build longhouses. Oyetiri Hunya Gainarasarak Goa, we'll teach them the great law. Tinat Dewa Degni Deohade, in accordance to the 2 row wampum. Oyetishniano Danu Oyukiano was. We will help them and they will help us, Nono Gariwanuta, when asked for, needed.
Oh, that's it? Oh, jeez, waiting. Waigerdu, from what you know of the language when it describes a longhouse person, when it identifies Ganasumwe Unwe, everything that we identified in here, is this what a longhouse person is supposed to do, the way that you know of the language?
Yeah, you're going to show it. It's the continuous building of the longhouse. Like any house, even our own physical house, it has to be fixed, repaired once in a while because something will, I mean, it could decay or like a decay isn't always a thing rotting. If there's bad minds in there, that's a decay too. That's another kind of rot, you know? So there has to be, that's why they always said, "Onakti on the wadena aftasirun in the Gainarasiragoa." We have to trim off the bad branches from the great tree of peace. Because that branch is stuck in there, and it's not, it's refusing to abide by the great law. So you have to cut it. That's why they have the warnings, and if you don't listen, they say cut the branch and forever gone.
So anyways, all of this stuff here that we went over tonight, this is precisely what Longhouse people are supposed to do. That we are not supposed to be just dormant, like living on our laurels, because that would mean as all of life is continuously evolving, if we just stopped and rested on our laurels, then life will move on like that and we'll stay stuck in one place. And the reality of that is, you might think not moving means being neutral, being in neutral, like you're not in motion. But there's no such thing as being neutral in creation. That if you are neutral and creation keeps evolving, that means you are actually devolving. You are going further away from the cutting edge of our human being. And so we are always supposed to be forever expanding the Longhouse. We are always supposed to be teaching Guyana Rasa Skanagoa. Imagine if the people who knew the Great Peace, imagine if they did not teach it. What do you think would happen? You look at an apple tree that nobody picks the apples. What happens to that tree? After a while, you know that tree would first, if you don't pick those apples, there's going to be an overabundance on that tree. That tree is going to be heavy. There's going to be a lot of apples at the base of the tree. And when they're just at the base, they're rotting. This is going to be bad overall. You would think it'd be good fertilizer, but it would make it soggy around the roots. So, and it makes the roots rotten on an apple tree. So when an apple tree isn't used, then the apple tree actually goes bad. You may see it live on for a few years still, but in the long run, if those apples are not being picked, if they're not being utilized, the tree is actually dying. And same thing with the people, that if the people are not expanding their knowledge all the time, if you have knowledge about how to make the best pancakes, then you have to pass that knowledge on. You can't sit on that knowledge that I got the best pancakes, because it won't be true. There will be only one way for you to know if you have the best pancakes, and that is to encourage everyone else and to show everyone else how to make pancakes. And once they've all made their pancakes, then you can compare. Then you will know if you have the best pancakes or not. And so it is this way with the Guyana Rasa Skanagoa. Anybody who calls themselves Longhouse, if they are not teaching law, they're full of crap. They are not Longhouse. If they are not expanding Ganusesne, they are not Longhouse. If they are just sitting in a building, going through motions every once in a while, then all they are is a clubhouse, just like Knights of Columbus, just like the Moose Club, just like anything else. And so people of the Ganusesne, we are never dormant. We are never not moving. We are never not evolving. We are always constantly evolving. And so to do this, when we know that not if, but under the condition of non-native coming here, if we do not teach them the great law of peace, then they will just continue in their corrupted ways of war. And that would mean, as they have been overpowering us, ultimately they will overpower. And when we say they, what is it? It's not them as a people, it's their thinking. And so their corrupted ways of war will overpower us. How will war overpower anybody? Well, quite simply, through physical aggression. And so we can easily see into the future and know what we must do to avoid physical aggression upon our children. We must teach those whose minds are corrupted in the ways of war. We must teach them peace now, today, or else they're going to be warring on our children. So we can see the responsibility of Ganosesrona. Agoego Ganosesrona always advancing Longhouse, always teaching great law of peace, always teaching of ceremonies, teaching of natural science, teaching. This is what Longhouse does. When you see people who claim to be Longhouse and they are not teaching, that is because they know nothing. It's because they are not Longhouse. They are just followers. Because just followers don't know anything. Just like in the white man's world, all religious people, what do they know? Nothing but war. Why? Because they are just followers. The Kanienkeha are not followers. We are the well of the Five Nations Longhouse Confederacy, along with the Seneca. And the well is identified as those that lead the way. And so the Kanienkeha, as the wolf, leads the way. We will never stop. Those who do stop, those who are not doing what we are doing, it's because they are not Kanienkeha. So Kanienkeha is the well of the Five Nations Longhouse Confederacy, and the well never sleeps. It never happens. And so everybody, keep this in your mind, all these things. Whenever you're going to come across any Native person, I don't care from what nation, you will know how to separate the liars from the people. And you might find maybe there's no more people. Maybe there is only liars. And when you see this, then you know what your responsibility is. Your responsibility is to do everything that was in this Kanienkeha class tonight, is to teach. That's the Kanienkeha way. Okay, so
Janet, raise your hand.
okay, Janet.
Okay,
what is
I'll
that?
try to be very quick. What I was thinking of, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. This is just an idea. It's something that I've thought of for many years. Okay, so now like you guys are getting a teaching longhouse together, and so people can visit. And I was thinking, what if like every so many months, like you invited one of these political leaders in the white man's world to come to that longhouse you're building, and they have to stay there for so long, and then like almost like as if they're a student taking the Great Law of Peace 101, and they have to listen. Maybe we could start changing these politicians. If anything, it might plant a seed in their mind. It's just a thought.
Okay, so with that thought, do we invite Justin Trudeau to the Longhouse?
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe some of the other politicians, maybe him, yeah. Because, I mean,
Your idea is 100% correct, because this is in fact what happened way back when the white man was just 13 colonies. We did. The reason why Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson had seats of honorarium within the Grand Council, it's not because they came and they said, "Wow, what are you guys doing? Can we sit in?" No, it's not because of that. It's because of our interactions over time. So it was a long process of push, pull, a long process of balancing up this delicate scale. And we may be getting to that point now where we are within a not a comfort zone, but within the sweet spot of where it's balanced. Let's say like if it's like a seesaw, you're going from top to bottom, you know, like this. Well, it may take you a while to even off. And so 500 years is not long. This is what it's taken for us to even off, get to this point of where non-native people are learning Goa through the mediums that they brought to us. And so what this identifies is that, yes, we are still doing what our ancestors done. Our ancestors knew, as they were the true Longhouse people, they knew that Longhouse had to be expanded. Today, the mentality of all these people in Kahnawake, who ironically are all white, their families are white. In the 207, the Mohawk Trail, very few clans, their families are all white. And so these people say no to white people, to non-native people. Isn't that crazy? These are the people that are saying, no, don't share our knowledge, don't share our language, don't share our ceremonies. But these are white people saying this to us. We know what Longhouse people are supposed to do. I don't need to hear any of these puppets in Kahnawake who don't have clans, who are non-natives, to hear them talk about or to say, oh, what are those white people doing? What are you doing with white people? Well, we're not with white people, because the people in town, all the white people, we're not with them. We're with people who are tracing the roots to the base of the tree of peace. Now, that is not anybody in Kahnawake. This just happens to be all non-native people. The people in Kahnawake can talk like as if they are, but what do they know about Guyana-Daskanagawa? What do they know about Longhouse? They don't know nothing. They're at a complete loss when it comes to our identity. But look what's happening here. We have non-native people, some not even in this so-called province, not even in this so-called country, who are learning Kanienkeha, who are learning a language of peace, a language of respect. They're learning the ways of the Longhouse. And so this is what our people are supposed to do, to constantly extend, hold out that hand. And so maybe this is a good idea to invite Justin Trudeau or whoever is the prime minister. Doesn't mean that this is going to happen right now. Right now, the thing that we did here today, it was to learn how to build. Hang on, I'm going to show you. It was to learn how to build these things. Hempcrete blocks. And we built some today. We got our hands into it. We know the mixing process. Everybody here knows, maybe not one of us knows the whole thing, but together we all know bits and pieces to put it all together. We can now make a building out of hempcrete. All we got to do is get the material. So it is very possible that within maybe say 5 years, very possible that we could have people growing hemp here in Kahnawake, harvesting it here in Kahnawake. We will have a processing machine here, not for us to own and to rent or to sell to other people in Kahnawake, no, but to provide it for the community, where anybody can bring their hemp stocks and bring it to be processed. You can then either make this or 2x4s or whatever material you need, or else you could add it to the community stockpile. And so this would mean that probably if everybody done their part. Probably within 5 years, we could have a functioning processing plant here in Ganawagi that people will be able to be building their own houses out of our own material that you grow in your own yard, and you could be building your house out of material that is eco-friendly. That, as you know, right now, if somebody's house burnt, you think of all the toxins, all the chemicals that's being released into the air. If you had a house built out of hempcrete, first place, it's not gonna burn. It does not burn. But if there was other materials, like wood, maybe put a wall inside, with maybe gyprock or something, then you're very limited then as to the chemicals that are being put into your building. Because as you know, with a standard stud frame house, construction house, that you need to have vapor barriers, stuff like that, that your insurance, your insulation is all chemicals, so that a house like that, if it burns, first place, it'll catch like a tinderbox. And when it does, everything is going to be so toxic being burnt out of that, all the materials in the house. So hempcrete or some other natural life force that our mother has that we can then manipulate into things like this. So this is the plan. Hopefully within 5 years we can do this. Maybe here within the longhouse, maybe 2 years. If we get past the 9th moon of next year, I would say by the next summer, we might be ready to invite whoever the prime minister is just to come and to stay at the longhouse and to learn, have a crash course into what native, what would we call it? Crash course in native symmetry? Would a symmetry fit there, that word? Crash course in non-native, native symmetry. Anyways, we can see that there's a very good possibility of what you said, of having the building ready and being able to do that. So yeah, it's not too far-fetched to say Justin Trudeau, any prime minister.
Yeah.
And
Any world leader even. We would even go as far as to invite all world leaders. All world.
Yeah. Yep.
This could be done. Of course, stuff like this is going to take a collective effort. And as it is right now, it was very hard here today. We had a lot of people here to help us. But if it was on our own to do this, what we did today, it would probably take us, I would say, 3 days to do what we done in 1 day today. So it's going to take a lot of work. We're going to need a lot of people with commitment who see that, well, there's a reason to invest. Not that you're investing in something for me at my place, but there's a reason. You yourself could have access to building your own material. Or why would it cost you anything when you think of all the lands, all the highways, all the bridges, waterways, railroad tracks running through every reserve? Everywhere on the side of each of those things, the people could plant hemp. And nobody can say a goddamn thing to any of us about what we're going to be planting there. Right here on the side of the highway, it could be all hemp. We could have just from say the arena here to the bridge, all along the highway. I would say right there, you got at least 100 acres, at least. Now we could plant that 100 acres all hemp. We harvest it. Nobody has to pay for that. Nobody has to pay to go get it processed. All it will take is one initial investment by everybody, to pitch in to actually buy the machine. So this is something that is realistically at our fingertips. This is not a fantasy talking about something we can do years from now. This is here. It's here. We know how to do it. We made our first ones today, and in the Longhouse here, we even started insulating one of the walls that hasn't been insulated ever since we built this place in 1974. So we made this good alliance today. We started insulating the walls here to the Longhouse.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
lots of good stuff coming about from this. It's something that can be shared in every Native community, in every non-Native community. It's a way of taking back from economics, where we don't have to participate in the money system to actually end up with this. You don't need money to end up with this. And this can build your house. And if we work together, we could build houses for everybody. There would be no reason why anybody on any reserve could not have a house. We know that all the sellouts within the genocidal elective system have changed things, where we know that at one time houses are supposed to be provided for us, but all these sellouts changed it. They stole the money of the people, and now they're lending you your money. And while they're lending you your money and you have to pay them back your money, they're stealing the money that you're paying back. Here in Kahnawake, to the tune of over $1 million stolen from the housing department. Imagine, who suffers when over $1 million goes missing from a housing department on a reserve? Who do you think's the first ones to suffer? Anybody?
People,
Which
the
people?
the people on the bottom, the ones who are not the tribal council.
Women and children.
Single mothers, children. These are the ones that the ban system goes after, because the ban system is a bunch of lazy asses, won't get a job any other way except sucking from the tit of the community. That's all they do. And so you know that those people got no problem. As in here in Kahnawake, they had no problem stealing $1 million from housing. How many houses can $1 million build for single mothers? Do single mothers need a big elaborate mansion like what these people in the ban system, like what they have? No, they don't. You know that a single mother would be satisfied with living in a shoebox, a place to a safe place for them and their children. So there is a lot of corruption, a lot of lies, a lot of thievery, because anybody who joins the white man system, which is the elected ban system, they think like white people. They think corrupted, stealing from their own people. And so it's within our power. We are close. Now, this may not apply for everybody. I mean, in Kahnawake, who is going to come and participate in this? Nobody. Nobody will. And so we know realistically that here in Kahnawake, there is nobody doing anything, even talking about the environment. They're not doing a damn thing. This is action. This is something. And so, anyways, I'll leave it at that. This is a good possibility, your suggestion, Janet, of inviting world leaders. This, of course, will be looking at it after the 9th moon of next summer. From now until then, the only people who will be coming here is the people that are already a part of the Two-Row Wampum Working Group and the people that are already involved in a Two-Row Wampum relationship. As of from now until the 9th moon of next year, we will not be like taking out or participating like in like new groups. coming here. We still have all the work that we're doing out there with new groups, but in as far as the relations close to home here, no, until after the night moon next summer. Okay, so,
France raised her hand.
okay, France.
It's just a little quick question because I listened to your video about Joe Phillips, and I tried to look for a picture of him anywhere online, and I couldn't find any. I only found the obituary of his wife and a picture of her that was very not clear. So I was wondering if you had an idea where to find information about him online. And if there isn't any, that would be a good idea to make a book about him since you love him so much.
Well, actually, our way is not to bring up the dead. Once the dead are gone, we are supposed to leave them rest. This, however, in this particular case, yes, you hear me talking a lot about him because what took place under his tenure when he was holding the position is of the most crucial time in all of Longhouse history. The Longhouse has been around over 2,000 years. The Great Law of Peace is established over 2,000 years ago. And the things that we have experienced in the last 50 years have never been experienced. The things that the title Honored at Goa had to endure is, it's like every person who ever filled that had to endure a lot of things. But at this time, you know, when you got a lot of crazy people around with guns wanting to kill you, well, it's a little more dangerous, you know, at a time like that. So it was more dangerous for him in his time. I seen the danger in my time, but that danger is, it's like, this is a 50-year time span. I was born here and we're here right now. But all that violence, it was in there. It does not mean that it's over. It could shift very easily. It could very easily come this way, advance into the future because of the minds of the people. So this is the only reason why Joe Phillips, the late Joe Phillips is identified and mentioned a lot because of the turmoil, the tumultuous time that he was in. What I seen is I wasn't even 12 years old yet. I may have just been 12. I'll have to ask my brother Keith this to make sure. I had to go with my brother and to go and protect the house of our chief because a guy in town, Full Blast, people know him, he tried to burn down his chicken coop. He ran right out of Philip Deering's backyard, a back door, ran right over to Joe Phillips's yard, which you could see Philip Deering's house, his late mother's house, from Joe Phillips' backyard. You could see Mark Full Blast run right out of there, run right up to the barn, throw a Molotov cocktail in that didn't go off, and he ran right back over to Philip Deering's house. This is the way those people work. Anybody can go and question Full Blast about that anytime you want, and you could address me anytime you want on that also. And you could even get Full Blast and I face to face to talk about that. So this is what I seen, that we had to defend him when he was already in his later years from somebody who was a little bit older than me. So Full Blast was maybe, I think he's a year or two older than me. So think of this. At the time, a 13 or 14-year-old tried to set our chief's house on fire. And this is a person who doesn't carry a clan, who comes from non-native blood. And that's because of the non-native mothers. That's what Joe Phillips had to put up with in Kahnawake. That's what my family, my mother had to put up with, but never had a problem dealing with these kind of assholes that are in town here. never had a problem dealing with them. They are dirty, rotten people who will fight, not one at a time, and they'll come and shoot your house up under cover of darkness, but they will never stand face to face. When they do, they always chicken out, always. Anyways.
Well, that's why I was thinking that if you would do something to honor him, like to make people know about this
Well-
particular time, it would be better written than somebody else do it.
Well, that's what we're doing. You see what we're doing. You know, the way of how to achieve and maintain peace is that's to not keep bringing up the past war. Now, you don't keep bringing up the past war after you have made peace. But if there is no peace, then you're still in that state of war. And so it's not like talking about something that doesn't exist or the past. The present is still here. It is still a state of war because all these people, Mohawk Trail 207 band system, they are all working to destroy, all working against Guyana Rasa Skanagoa. And any of them right now, if they're seeing or hearing this, I could just picture them going like this. I could prove it to you anytime. 207, Mohawk Trail, they all support the elective system. The elective system changed their law, their voting law in April of 2015, where prior to that, ever since the band system has been around since the 40s, late 40s here in Kahnawake, that it's always been written in law that in their band law that you must have a Mohawk mother to run for office. In 2015, they changed it. It says you no longer have to need a Mohawk mother. So who do you think does that? We talked about this many times. I, with a Mohawk mother, do you think I'm going to say you no longer need to have a Mohawk mother? You know, the people who said that all do not have Mohawk mothers. And this is the band system.
Just another idea that I want to bring to you because Janet inspired me. It would be nice to have these kind of days to other nations that would like to learn about how to do hempcrete brick. And then it would be like I don't know, you would say that in Kanienkeha, in your ways of seeing things, but like an embassy of the longhouse, the traditional longhouse.
Well, okay, something today came up. We're going to end it after this, though.
Okay.
What came up about this is to do this, it's very hard for an individual or just one family to do this. So you need to have a collaborated effort. And so what we identified is that in accordance with the 2-row wampum, that we will create, the name is pending, but it's like a longhouse building society, or the Society of Longhouse Builders and native longhouse builders and non-native house builders. But terminologies will be made better, but a conglomeration of us that whenever there is a non-native person who wants to build a house out of hempcrete, well, then all the people in this society will go there to help this person build it. So you'll have people who know how to mix the stuff, people who know how to harvest, people know how to put it in place, all of that stuff, you know, makes it a lot easier instead of one person having to do everything. So this is already in the works. It already started from here today. Does anybody remember what we called it earlier?
You called it
The longhouse builders, no, the hemp.
Hempcrete Society, something like that.
Yeah, like the Hempcrete Society of House Builders. Anyways, just to identify to you that this is already happening. People, the ones that came to show us already talked about doing workshops here, like on a continuous basis, not all the time, but you know, maybe every 2-3 months, something like that. But mostly in the summertime. So next summer, maybe from spring to fall, maybe we could have 6 workshops on this. That's what we're looking at.
When do we plant the hemp? Do we plant it in fall or do we plant it in the spring?
Okay, I can't answer that. I won't act like as if I know. I don't know about that. Anybody look into it because it's a collaborative effort. So look that up and share it with us.
I'll look it up. I want to grow hemp now.
Yeah. Okay, just the closing, huh? All right, Janet, I know you've done it a few times, but I noticed something in your voice tonight. Your voice was different. And as you identified, you're back home, you're feeling more whatever, you're feeling better, or just feeling good that you're back in Kanienkeha territory. So how do you feel about doing the closing?
Okay. I'll try to do my best. There is something I'd like to show you guys that I learned. And I can't do it all, but I'll try my best. Okay, so first I'll say that my name is Janet Yungats, Wakska Legabage. Ni Aksota is Ganawake. Ni Ista is Akwazasni. So Aguego Anska and Di De Wanoni. We will collect ne onkwa ni gunwa. We will collect our minds. Ne onkwisun aguego skana 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 agahage. So what I just said is that all of our minds are one, and we will gather our minds and we will collect the people in peace, and it must be this way. That's the best way I know how to translate it. And I just learned that from Galakwahawi and really studying hard thanks to you, Stuart. And this class has been a long haul for me to try to learn how to speak out loud and to learn. And if it wasn't for you guys, I don't know, man. Like, since I left Akwesasne when I was like back in the early 80s, I never really wanted to leave, but I was starting to learn, and then everything got cut off. And now I'm starting to even feel like a more positive person. And I would just want to make apologies to people, because I know that my mind has been pretty disturbed, sick, whatever. And I'm learning and healing, and it's all because I'm around the Onkohonwe that, you know, they know the healing. So with that, what I can say next is that I'll have to do the rest in English. So I would like to thank Sky Woman, because I'm too nervous. I know I could do it, the short version in Onkohonwe, but I'm just nervous. So I'll finish in English. So we'd like to thank Sky Woman, the spiral of creation, that when we look up into the nighttime sky, we are actually seeing her body that is not just empty space. And so from there, we would like to connect to our grandma, the moon, Grandma Moon. She is the one who regulates all the waters within Ohonjia Gay, Mother Earth, and all the people, all the insects, all the animals, all life, all the rivers, all the oceans, all the streams, all the water that is in the waterverse, within inside of our sphere of Earth and without, on the outside outer space. And so we thank Grandmother Moon for the women's cycles, and for the heartbeat of all life. And from there, we like to thank our Mother Earth. She is the mother who gives us our food and our body. And from there, my next thought is to thank all of the mothers of all the nations of all life on earth, because our mothers give us direction and steer us into this earth. And as we walk through this earth, she tells us what our instructions should be to get along. And then from there, I think of the trees, and I think of the medicines and all the plants that are food and medicines, and how the trees give us shade and help us to breathe, and the medicines are a part of that, and the food is a part of that. And I'd like to give thanks to all the people on medicines, to each other. And we'd like to give thanks from the newest born baby to the oldest grandma, for they are the life givers. And thank you to those that protect the life protectors. Let's see. Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss right now, and I don't want to take a lot of time. So I have to say that whatever I have forgotten, please fill that in. And my apologies. But we should push away all the bad. Edisawe. Nyawagoa.
Yeah. All right. What a day, everybody. Donzi Jadaka.
Bye-bye. À la
Hola.
prochaine. Nice. Hey, how many of those did you made?
We made 6 of them. No, 5. 5 of them.
Wow, this is great.
Yeah.